Did Ravensburger just admit in an email that they didn't make enough of this to support onboarding new game stores? In a recently posted email from Ravensburger themselves, it looks like hobby shops are finding it difficult to join the Lorcana organized play program and become members of the Lorcana community. Now, not only does this email expose what might be going on with print issues for Rise of the Floodborn, but it gives us a good amount of information where we might be able to speculate on reprint information for the first chapter and what Disney Lorcana is going to look like in the near future. All right, this one's going to get a bit spicy. I'm pretty excited for it. Let's go. We live in a wild world where trading card games are fighting each other and sometimes even themselves for printer space to be able to get hobbyists and people like you and I these trading card games just into our hands. And it's even weirder that at the start of a video like this, I have to just say, I'm a Disney Lorcana fan. This game has brought my family together over a trading card game, over cardboard, something that I never thought would happen. And because of that, I will always have love for this game, this community, and just sitting down and jamming some Disney Lorcana. But that doesn't mean that I haven't been critical about Ravensburger's ability to produce a trading card game in the traditional sense. We have often said on this channel, almost more times than I can count at this point, that not sealing the boxes, weighable packs, drastically underestimating how much product you needed to print are all massive strikes against the company who are looking to produce what could be an extremely popular game. But I've also said that because of Disney Lorcana's IP, it's the way it pulls at our heartstrings and the way that it brings all of us together, that it gets to live outside of most of these rules. And it seems to have done pretty well at that for some time now. But we just got an email about a hobby shop looking to apply to the Disney Lorcana kind of hobby shop organized play program that gives us some information about why we might not be through the woods yet. So let's take a look at that email right now. What I have here is what was publicly posted on the screen. I didn't rip this email from anyone. It's not from one of my internal game store sources. This was publicly posted on several Disney Lorcana forums, but I did cover up the hobby shop's name just because, like, listen, maybe they posted it and they don't want it on this video. I don't want to deal with all that. So listen, I just covered it up. If you want to go find the hobby shop, you can probably find it yourself on any one of these forums. But in this email, we have a response to what looks like that store applying to the organized play, or I believe it's the hobby shop program for Disney Lorcana. And an interesting line that comes out of this email is to say, we're unable to offer the hobby shop program membership at this time until we're able to increase our production levels to meet demand. We are limiting the number of organized play retailers. This is something I highlighted throughout this email, and this jumped off the page to me. Not because we're unable to add hobby shops to some program or the organized play program, which again, I don't know how important that is for Disney Lorcana. I think this is going to be a great kitchen table experience, but because it tells me other things about how this game is produced and what it means for the game's future. We know that the first chapter was something that was, let's say, underprinted, and demand was massively overinflated for what we thought it would be, and obviously what Ravensburger thought it would be as well. And because of this, products became almost impossible to come by. The game was released, but the release felt like it went on for weeks. As more products trickled out through big box stores, people got 1 to 2 boxes more, and then we started looking at the secondary market to try to fulfill our Disney Lorcana desires. And if you like how the Disney Lorcana secondary market is shaking out, or you want more information on that, again, make sure you're subscribed. I track every single sold listing of sealed product on TCG Player, and we talk about that every single week, and like 80% of people who watch these videos aren't subbed. So like, help the channel out, help us grow and expand our community, click that sub button. But it says more than just, hey, we underprinted the first chapter to me, as we have gotten the announcement with the first chapter is going to experience a reprint, and Disney Lorcana and Ravensburger themselves have said, we want to reprint this thing so cards are affordable. We want this to be in everyone's hands that can possibly touch these cards. Well, this is saying they're having trouble doing that. With Rise of the Floodborn coming out soon, we know that each one of these sets takes up valuable printer time. Heck, printer time that they're probably competing with Wizards of the Coast to get their hands on. And spoiler alert, Wizards of the Coast is going to win. But it's not only Wizards of the Coast we have to look about. Other indie TCGs have built relationships with these printers. They're probably also doing other things. So yeah, time is limited. And by promising your community that you are going to continue to reprint something like the first set while also producing new sets begs the question, well, logistically, how are you going to do that? And we see from this email, I believe there is trouble on that front. Now, what does this say about Disney Lorcana itself? Well, it doesn't say that they won't continue to reprint or at least try to reprint these products, but it does say that there is some logistics to figure out when it comes to producing all of this cardboard. With the first chapter already releasing and already having to dig back into that well to try to find time for a reprint, but it up right next to Rise of the Floodborn being released to the community and the new Rise of the Floodborn collector product, which probably takes some different printing tools and some different printing processes, something I would be unaware of. If you're a printing expert, let me know in the comment section below. We're seeing that time is overlapping and we're not going to be able to get all of the products out that we need, probably even for the second set. Now, why do I speculate this? Again, this is complete speculation about the number of products printed for the second set, but in my opinion, we wouldn't get emails like what we just looked at on this screen if the second set was going to be readily available, if it was going to be printed to the moon, or if they were going to Wizards of the Coast the crap out of this thing and just print more than you could possibly ever need. If that was the case, I would think that Ravensburger would be happy to onboard new hobby shops, because hey, we'll onboard you now and we're going to tell you, just hold on tight. That next set is coming and you're going to get plenty of sweet, sweet cardboard to put on your shelves and satisfy all of the people and players in your game store. Now, it seems that we've gone the opposite direction. It seems like Ravensburger is trying to soften the blow and let these game stores know, hey, we're going to get what we can from you. We're going to give you what we can. And after that, we're going to do our best to try to catch up with our increased demand. Now, it's not just this email. I've also received people reaching out to me who run game stores, work in high positions at game stores or own game stores, who have said, well, the allocations for the next set don't look great. We ordered tons of boxes. We tried to get our community as much as we could get our hands on, and we just can't get our hands on enough product. They have sent me what they ordered versus what they were actually allocated, and I will tell you, it is as startling as it was for the first chapter, in some ways almost even more so. And hey, shout out to those game stores that have reached out to me and given me that information. I appreciate you. If you are one of those game stores who want to reach me at all, you can reach me at hometowntcg@gmail.com, and we can chat about pretty much anything you want. Like, I love chatting about trading card games. I'm always open to a good conversation or any good information that you want to share or talk about. So this kind of landscape that we're creating with Disney or Lorcana is going to be an interesting one. On one hand, the hype is going to stay high. You're going to have people constantly interested in the idea that a product comes out, the box hits the secondary market and spikes to $300, right? We could see something like that again. But the antithesis of that is, well, you just can't get cards in people's hands, and sooner or later, people are going to be mad that there's a trading card game that they keep buying starter decks for. They keep playing with their family, playing with their kids, and they can't get their hands on any packs. And when they do see some at Target, they're pushed out of the way by some bully going in there and trying to scoop up all the packs off the shelf and buy them for themselves. Like I've always said, Disney Lorcana exists really well as a game where the packs are just, it's like Pokemon, right? They're not necessarily coveted. They just sit on shelves, they buy, they go to your nieces, your nephews, your kids, your grandkids, whatever it is. And that community just constantly grows over time. Now, I will, at the end of this video right now, I'm just going to push back. Well, first, I will ask you again, we're raising to 6750 subs. If you're not, make sure you're subbed. But I'm going to push back against the notion that this, in the comments section, and I'm already hearing it. I'm sure it's already there. If you're on this video, look in the comment section right now. You might already be able to find it. The fact that Disney Lorcana is nothing but scalpers. The only reason this game is working is because there's nothing but scalpers. Listen, there's hundreds of thousands of games being played on digital clients every single week. There's tons of families just playing games. I know several myself, and frankly, I'm one of them. This game is enticing. People want to play it. They love existing in the Disney world and realm as they play their trading card game. This has been a massive hit. Can we sustain the lack of products printed, the tight print runs, until Ravensburger is able to print it or figure it out and get a proper number of products printed? Well, that's yet to be seen. I do believe the community can, and as someone who enjoys Lorcana, I really hope that it can as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some entertainment, a little bit of insight, and just giving you something to do with your day. Again, I appreciate you considering the subscription. And then finally, if you haven't yet, make sure to share this video on any of those Lorcana social media forums, anywhere that you engage with Lorcana conversations or talk to other people about one of your favorite trading card games. I would really appreciate it because it helps my channel grow and it helps YouTube, favor me in the algorithm when you click that share button. So thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. I hope to see you around soon, but I'll see you later. Goodbye.